Hello and welcome, dudes and dudettes. I'm Vok250 here with TGN, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite and possibly some of the best indie games on the Xbox Live Arcade. So the other day I was chilling on the Xbox dashboard and I noticed something called Indie Games Summer Uprising. So I went and looked through it and I noticed, one, all of the games are $3, and two, it didn't have any of my favorite games. I'm not saying those games are bad, but you can get some really good games that are pretty much the same for $1, 80 Microsoft points. So I decided I'm going to show you one of my favorites, and this isn't a review, it's just me talking about the game. And if you want to find out more about the game, I recommend you go get the trial for it. It's in the top rated indie games. I recommend you get a trial for like almost all of those games because most of them are really great, and if you really like them, they're only like $1, 80 Microsoft points, so why not? And the trial is free, and you've already got it downloaded. Can't go wrong with that. So anyway, this game is called Lair of the Evildoer by Going Loud Studios, and it's a one-player RPG shooter. The levels are procedurally generated, so it's different every time you play through. And I found this game to be highly addictive. I was actually just playing it right before I recorded this, and I played 5 hours of it yesterday, which is pretty crazy for an indie game. Usually, even a game that I buy, like a brand new title, I'll be lucky to play it for that long straight without having to get up and eat something or whatever. But I just couldn't put this game down. The music in this game is very, very well done. I actually wouldn't mind getting the soundtrack for the music. It's pretty cool. Real laid back kind of background music. And the visuals in this game are really clean, really well done. They're not the most amazing thing, but they work and they look great on 1080p stretch across 60 inches. And yes, that is the size of my TV, but they look great. So can't go wrong with that. So the story of this game, you're a failed experiment by a mad scientist, and he doesn't like you and wants to kill you. So you're trying to escape. You have to go down through 20 levels of his kind of evil lair mansion thingamabob. I guess it's like more of a evil tower of doom, and you have to go through down through all of the levels and escape. And this is a really, really good indie game, and at times you almost forget that it is an Xbox Live indie game and it costs $1, because it's just that good. It's the kind of game that, if with some better visuals and like more work, I felt it could have been even an arcade game. But of course it's not. It's an indie game. It's only $1, so that makes it even better. Part of what makes it so good is the numbers and just the statistics behind the game. With your leveling, you've got 4 stats you can assign your skill points to, and each stat has 3 different effects, we'll call them, like damage, health, regeneration, ammo capacity, weight, I don't know, a few other ones as well. And then every weapon has a huge list of stats, and every weapon seems to be different, and the weapon names are hilarious. And so you're gonna find yourself finding weapons. You're gonna use the compare system to check your weapon against the other weapon, and I don't know, it's just amazing and impressive, the numbers behind this game. Your enemies, they level up, and I'm pretty sure that they procedurally level up somehow, maybe based on your level or just randomly through how far through the game you are. I'm not sure exactly, but the enemies do change, and there's a huge variation of enemies through the game, and there's something called superior enemies, where the enemy has a little bit of a buff or a skill, and the enemy glows a different color for each one. For example, the explosive enemies will glow red. There's a gray enemy that doesn't take damage from guns, you have to melee it, and different things of this sort that just kind of spice up the levels as you go through. And so a few tips for this game for anyone who's interested in or who already has it. I found that the DPS, damage per second, on the weapons It, of course, is very important, but it wasn't necessarily the best stat to look at. I found that one of the most important stats was ammo consumption, because I always found myself running out of ammo. For example, I picked up a chain gun, or a mini, I think it was called a minigun in this game, and in 2 clips I had used all the ammo. But it did do something crazy like 500 damage per second, which is a lot for this game and for the point in the game I was at. But when you have no ammo, you can't use the gun. I was stuck using a pistol and a baseball bat, so that's no good. And that's, on the same note, there's one of the stats affects your melee and your ammo capacity. I think it's maybe strength or something. I found that very useful to upgrade, because both your melee for knocking back enemies and for just being able to kill a small guy with 1 hit, that's very important. And later in the game you'll run across some very both funny and powerful melee weapons, but it was very late in the game that I ran into those. But there was one level where I just ran around using this one melee weapon. I won't tell you what it is because I found it very amusing when I found it, so I don't want to spoil it for you, but it was OP and I had a great time using it. And then ammo capacity. You want to keep that ammo as high as you can. You want to carry as much as you can so you don't run out, because it sucks to run out of ammo. Another thing about this game, the very last tip for you guys, explore, explore, explore. It makes the game a lot more long to play through and a lot more fun, because I think that's one of the main things of this game. You explore every level. It's kind of maze-like. You try and find every weapon and say, for example, I found a laser carbine. I found that maybe 2 or 3 levels before I ever saw another one again. So it's like I found it early. It was just in a chest at the at the end of a really long hallway. And yeah, it was just it's just fun to explore in this game. So I recommend it because it'll get you more experience, level you up, find you some good weapons and ammo. I guess that's it for this game, and hopefully I'll show you guys some more Xbox Live indie games, and you can come check out my channel where I highlight cheap games and indie games I find on PC and other things of that sort. So thanks for watching, don't forget to rate, and I'll see you guys later.